Hello and welcome, this is Doki Doki Literature Club. We're doing the side stories of self-love, and this is part 2 in this episode, so let's get straight to it and continue. Things are looking up though. Hey! Hello. Oh, hello. I almost thought you weren't coming today. Yeah, well, lunch is already more than halfway over. Natsuki had typically been meeting Yuri in the stairwell much earlier, since it had been a good way of dodging her friends when she didn't feel like seeing them. Today, she's holding a large plastic container in both hands. I ran into my friends, so I hung up with them for a while. Is that so? Yeah, I was in a good mood today, so I figured I should. I hadn't seen them in a while, which I had to come up with an excuse for, but I expected that. Plus, I have way more of these than I know what to do with, so I figured I would share with them too. As she sits down, Natsuki opens the lid of her container. You make cupcakes. You know it. It's been a while at this point, so I figured it was about time again. You could take one if you want. Yuri takes a cupcake and carefully twirls it between her fingers. It's brown, with a dark green frosting, immaculately shaped in a floral pattern and topped with some kind of glittery powder. How pretty. I just ate, so I may not be able to finish it. Are they for the club? Yeah, I guess so. I didn't really think about it, I just made them. I just thought that because green is Monika's favourite colour, right? Well, yeah, but that's not really. Here takes a small bite. This is green flavoured. This is green tea flavoured. Oh, it's for Yuri. It's her nice deed. I love green tea. Oh, do you? Oh, it was just a random idea I wanted to try, so yeah, boo. No, it wasn't. Don't laugh at me. I'm not. I just felt happy. Oh, sorry. Usually when... Never mind. What I meant is I'm glad. Sorry for saying dumb things again. I just wanted to do something else. And this is something I happen to be good at. And I do know that you like from past experience. Yuri turns red, recalling the time she treated herself rather generously to Natsuki's cupcakes. Ironically, her mouth is too full of cupcakes for her to stammer an excuse, so she just settles with a disapproving look. How did you get into baking? Well, I don't know. It just kind of always appealed to me. Like, a few years ago, I read this one manga with a lot of bacon, so I got like super into it for a while. I was probably making stuff almost every day. But it's something that I always knew I liked anyway. It's like bacon is it. But it's something that I always knew I liked anyway. It's like baking is like art. But when you get good at it, it gets more delicious too. I'm struggling to imagine myself putting my heart into something so artistic, knowing that it would just be eaten afterwards. Yeah, yeah, maybe you're too practical for it. I think I prefer to be on the receiving end. That's my other favourite part about it. There's something I can do that makes a lot of people happy, like unconditionally. Everyone is always so thankful, and in that moment you get to be like the bringer of joy. I don't know, it just makes me feel valued. Yeah, I guess that. So you were able to make up with your friends yet today? There wasn't really anything to make up with them about. We weren't fighting or anything. You weren't? Maybe I misunderstood. It only turns a fight if I lose my cool. And that's just unnecessary drama. It only makes things worse. So, they're not going to stop? I mean, it only happens sometimes anyway. It's just the way they are. I'm the only one who has ever has a problem with it. It's not worth it. Especially since I have somewhere to go now that I don't feel like hanging out with them. Oh, I see. The cupcake's empty foil wrapper audibly wrinkles as Yuri clenches her fist. I'm glad that the situation is resolved, and that you don't have to avoid them anymore. Yeah, me too. And I don't have to bother you during your alone time anymore. I'm sure you have a lot of reading to catch up on. Yeah. They're missing each other. They're missing each other. I know that. That cupcakes are basically nothing compared to all the stuff you've done for me. But it's the best I can do. So you can have the rest of them. Natsuki grabs the box and slides it over to Yuri's feet. Yuri stares at the box. Then she shakes her head and slides them back. You should save them for your other friends, but I made them for you. Natsuki's voice whines as she protests. I know, and I like them very much, exactly as you thought. You succeeded, but I know you care about making your other friends happy too. And if this is the way you know how to make that happen, then I'm not going to take it from you. No, they were for making you happy. You make me happy. You're worth more than a cupcakes to some people. That's why they want to spend time with you and be your friend. I felt warm tears pour from Natsuki's eyes. She pulls her knees to her chest and starts sobbing into her arms. Natsuki, I'm such a bad person. Yuri stammers, feeling panicked. I didn't mean to say something bad. Natsuki shakes her head and wipes her eyes. You didn't. Natsuki tries to choke back her sobs, but struggles to speak through them. I just really hate myself sometimes. And it feels so wrong when you say those nice things to me. Like I don't deserve it. I'm sorry. No, I am. I'm so difficult. And I can't think of a single word about myself that somebody would like. And I hate myself for bothering you during lunch. I just thought it was my chance to be a good person, to be nice and do the things you wrote about in the letter. I knew if I tried in the club, sorry Monika would be super annoying and make a huge deal out of it, you know? I think a lot about negative things too about myself. I never felt like a good person. I always scrutinize everything I say. And later I feel I said with all the wrong things. And I just spend so much time thinking about myself, hating myself, and feeling like everyone else must hate me too. So I understand some of that through my own experience. And that's why I wanted to write the letter and express my feelings. It pained me to see those things in someone else that I saw in myself. Natsuki snuffles. Yuri rustles through her bag and pulls out some tissues, then hands them to Natsuki. Monika told me that it takes a good person to reflect on these things. The desire to improve yourself, that makes you a good person. So don't worry so much. Also, there are things about you that people will like, so... Like what? Like how you're fun for people to be around. And you're not shy. You know how to make people laugh. And you're very passionate about things, and you know how to take the lead. And you care about a lot about people. And just a lot of things. Oh. Well, now that you're making me feel really embarrassed. Well, you're the one who asked. And don't you think I feel embarrassed? Natsuki tries to hide a smile. Then she sighs as it fades again. Every time I come here, I always think it's the last time, but I keep coming back for some reason. Is that bad? Nope, not bad at all. Just really confusing. I mean, my friends and I go way back. So ditching them all the time feels like, I don't know, feels like what? Natsuki's voice gets quiet. Maybe I'm scared that they'll get mad at me. I really don't know what to do. She pauses. Yuri stares into the distance, tracing her eyes along the patterns of the floor tiles while she thinks to herself. What would you do here, hypothetically, if your friends were happy for you instead of mad at you? Happy for what? Happy that no club is making you happy? Well, that's just not fair hypocritical. Natsuki says that, but with little confidence in her voice. I always told myself that I don't rely on approval of others to be happy. And I still feel that way, but I'm spending time with people who put me down wherever I don't have their approval. That's probably what's making me feel so confused, because I'm threatened. I'm threatened out of the things that should make me happy. So no matter what, it's like I have to be unhappy to be happy. It's making my head hurt. That must make it really difficult to feel comfortable with yourself. Being made to feel like you're wrong just for being the person you are. It really goes against everything I believe in, doesn't it? It goes against the kind of person I want to be. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with a lot of things. Natsuki presses her palms into her forehead and shakes her head. I know what's best for me, but I keep convincing myself out of it. It's so much easier to be comfortably unhappy than it is to do something so scary. To do what? You know. To end it. With them? Natsuki nods. I didn't think you were actively considering that as an option. I wasn't, until recently. It's just one of those things where, like, it's been a certain way for so long that you just get used to it. Like, so much of you've gotten into it. So much that it feels like it's just how your life is. And throwing it away is like throwing away such a big part of your life. It makes me feel sick to think about. Natsuki sighs. It's just really scary. It's terrifying. What are you scared of? I don't know, a lot of things. Like being alone, not having anyone to talk to or hang out with, not being able to replace what I have in them. And I don't want them to hate me. And I'm scared they'll hurt me for going against them. Physically? Not physically. but Yuri clenches her fist. Natsuki, what? If anyone even thinks to cause you harm, I will unleash hell upon them. Natsuki snorts in laughter. Don't laugh at me. Sorry, it's just... I like that. That's all. Oh. Well, I meant it. I know you did. Natsuki gives Yuri an endearing look. I needed it. As the conversation lapses, Natsuki again slides her box of cupcakes over to Yuri. Just take them, okay? I don't want other people to have them anymore. Are you sure? Natsuki nods. Shh, I'm sure. I will then. I'll enjoy them. Natsuki looks away, but a feeling of warmth spreads through her. She holds on to that feeling, knowing it will give her courage. Ah, you're the first here today. You're here first today. And you brought reading material. Natsuki is sitting in an unusual spot, this time holding a volume of manga while her lunch sits beside her. Yuri sits down as well and opens her own book. It sucks when a good series has to come to an end. Like it's such a big part of your life, and then one day there's just nothing left. It makes you feel so empty. Unfortunately, I'm about to experience that myself. I'm on the last book of this series. That sucks. But there's also something satisfying about letting a story conclude. I don't know if I'd want it to go on forever. Maybe. But there are some things I wish I could. On the other hand, have you ever read something that overstayed its welcome? Yeah, definitely. I can think of at least one thing that I've read that goes pretty unbearable like halfway through, and the ending really sucked. So it sucks when something good has to end, but it also sucks when they just keep inventing more plot until you can't take it anymore. I guess it sucks either way. But that's the nature of all things. They come to an end. The two fall silent. They slowly eat while making their way through their respective reading material. Except Natsuki doesn't seem to be touching her food at all. You don't go out during the weekends, right? Excuse me? Like with friends, at the mall, or downtown, or whatever? I'm not a total shut-in, you know. Oh, my bad for making assumptions. Well, I'm sure I go out less often than other people like you, and the others in the club. I don't really meet with friends and arbitrarily spend time like that. I'm usually meeting with my board game group. Board game group? It doesn't matter, it's just more nerdy stuff. Why do you ask anyway? I was just curious, I just realised I couldn't picture it, so I was just curious. Yuri looks at Natsuki and realises what she's asked. Yuri looks at Natsuki and realises that she's shaking. Oh, okay, she was shaking. Don't look at me like that. Sorry. Natsuki pulls her knees to her chest and puts her head down. I can't take this. Did I do something? Yuri gets flustered, her mind racing over that she may have said or done. I did. I ended it. I texted them earlier, telling them. And then I just blocked them because I'm so afraid of their responses. And now it feels like I'm dying inside. Oh, that's... I'm sorry. Totally unsure what to do, Yuri can barely find any words of support to offer. Meanwhile, the sound of Natsuki's unusually hard breathing fills the air. Then she speaks again, barely above a whisper. Help me. I feel sick and I want to hit my head against things. Please help, I can't take this. He may be having a panic attack. With that realization, Yuri's demeanor suddenly changes. I have experience with this, so I'll help you through it, okay? Natsuki meekly nods through her rapid breath, head still buried in her knees. Yuri slides herself over to Natsuki and sits on the step behind her. Then she puts her hands on Natsuki's shoulders. Can you feel my hands? Natsuki nods. Her shaking becomes more apparent through Yuri's sense of touch. Yuri keeps her voice low and gentle. You're safe right now. You're in a good and safe place, where nothing can hurt you. Natsuki nods once more. Although Yuri is only touching Natsuki's shoulders, she can practically feel her racing pulse through the base of her neck. We'll do a breathing exercise together. All you have to do is listen to my breaths and breathe along with me. Let's breathe in now. Yuki takes a deep, slow breath. Beneath her hands, she feels Natsuki's shoulders rise as Natsuki takes a breath of her own, trying to mimic Yuri. They exhale together, although Natsuki's breath shakes on the way out. That's good. Let's keep going. Yuri breathes in once more, and Natsuki joins her. They continue like that for a few more cycles, while Yuri closely monitors. Eventually, Yuri feels Natsuki rest more of her weight onto Yuri's palms. Let's focus on the physical. All you have to do is focus on the feeling of your breasts going in and out, and the weight of my hands on your shoulders. You're in safe and comfortable physical space. No, I was expecting another unique art. Minutes pass in silence. By now the worst of it has passed, but Yuri is determined not to move away until Natsuki prompts her to. Meanwhile, Natsuki has lifted her head off her knees, and her breathing has mostly steadied. Then she takes a final deep breath and slowly pulls herself to her feet, causing Yuri to let go. She stretches her arms. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to freak out. I don't know what my deal is. You don't have to apologize. This must be enormously stressful for you. Is that going to keep happening? It may, or it may not. We can take measures to help prevent it in the future, but I think it will naturally get better over time. Natsuki's motions to sit back down again, so Yuri moves over. Yuri turns away to pick up her open book from the dusty door, which she had hastily set down earlier. She brushes the dust off the cover. I don't think I've gotten through that alone. Yeah, you could have. You're not alone. Feeling shy again, Yuri speaks to her into her own lap. From now on, you don't have to do anything alone. As she says that, Yuri tenses up. It's rare for her to openly share her thoughts, but something about Natsuki of all people makes it feel so much more natural to do so. Perhaps because, like Yuri, Natsuki is so timid and uncertain of herself. Natsuki does such a good job at hiding it that it's taken a long time for Yuri to finally realize it. And because of that, Yuri is able to deliver the reassurance that she herself would have wanted, demonstrating that you deserve the love of others. If you can accept that for the first time, then perhaps you can begin the tumultuous journey of learning to love yourself. Ah, that's nice. That is cute. That is nice. You really mean that? You're probably gonna regret saying that if you do. How so? Because I'm probably gonna have a lot of free time during the weekends from now on. So you're giving me permission to be as annoying as I want and drag you around to a lot of places. I see. But you already said it, so you can't take it back now. Ah. Well, I suppose I have no choice but to accept that responsibility then. I know a good ice cream place. Oh? That means you'll finally figure out my favourite ice cream colour. Colour? Oh, flavour. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, you don't remember? The first day you came into the club, you guessed everyone's favourite ice cream flavour. But for me, you said that you had no idea. Seriously? I don't remember that at all. Oh wait, yes I do. I said it was probably green tea. Yuri shakes her head. It's a good guess, but I'm afraid it's usually to get chocolate and raspberry together. Chocolate and raspberry? That's nice. How fancy. I actually like raspberry and chocolate. How is that fancy? Oh, I don't know. I felt like I should have guessed something like that. Well, maybe next time I'll try chocolate and strawberry. Hey, chocolate and strawberry is my favourite. What a coincidence. I think it helps to have something to look forward to. I still had this sick feeling in my stomach, but it's easier now to convince myself that I did the right thing. Is there anything better I could be doing? Not that I know of. Yeah, there's nothing that will make this easier for me. And you already did more than I thought anyone could. Come to think of it, if we ever talked about the letter you wrote, I feel like we're way past that at this point. I don't even know what to talk about, except that I think it helped me understand my needs a little bit better, the way I like to be treated, and the kinds of friends that I want to have. That's why I wanted to start coming here in the first place, even though I was scared of causing more problems. I thought it was a coincidence that you ran into me. I thought it was a coincidence that you ran into me here initially. Oh, well, not exactly. What do you mean? Nothing. It was on purpose. I may have tracked you down first, with the help of Saru. But you said I was shy, okay? I wasn't ready to whatever, you know what I'm saying. Well, I guess I'm glad that you worked up the courage, even if it was in your own way. I can tell that you've been making a lot of difficult decisions. It's brave, and it will make things better in the long run. I think everyone would be proud of you for it. Anyone? You mean like you? Yes, like me. You know, I could get used to this. As long as you don't tease me too much. Fine. Just a little though. That's fine. I know how uncertain everything feels to you right now, but I really do think that good things are in store. Those are my honest feelings. Thanks. Feels nice to be reassured. The two girls continue their conversation through the remainder of lunch. But a new feeling hangs in the air, a feeling of greater certainty in their path forward. In just a few hours there will be another literature club meeting, where the 4 club members will be happily spending time together. Each of them, all with their own special qualities, have something unique that they can deliver to one another. Through friendship and literature, the club members will continue to grow and find new happiness together. The end of each chapter is the start of the next. Yuri thinks to herself, since she's about to finish our long-running series, it would be best to have a book lined up. Perhaps this weekend would be a good time to visit the bookstore. Maybe. Together. Nice. Nice little touch. Oh, and that's it. Okay. Oh. Right, let's take a look at some of the pictures that popped up. Oh, we got some new Yuri ones. Finished the side story Reflection. That's an old one. I haven't checked this in quite a while, so there must be... Yes, here we go. Here they are. Oh. Okay, so it doesn't give me the requirements of that one. Okay. Right, that's it. And now we've got new mail. 4 new mail. Oh, that's a new one. Last time it was this one. Okay, but why is it 2019? I don't know. But like I said in the last one, I will read these out. So this one's from Ria Forte, Side Stories. Okay, I don't know if these are developers or not, but alright, let's go. Untitled mail group, do not use, whatever. Okay. Thank you to everyone who worked so hard on the control simulation. I can't imagine how tedious it must have been to so delicately hide Monika's elevated permission from her without disrupting our connection to the VM. What the hell? Just to clarify, all the recordings labelled side stories are part of the control simulation, right? I'm noticing some details of the characters' lives here and there that differ a bit from those in VM1, even trivial ones. Is it part of the butterfly effect from some of Monika's more fundamental changes? Or is it a result of her just messing around with the other characters in VM1 as their own experiment or for fun? So if I'm keeping track, we have what, like 5 different universes in total, with 3 or 4 of them created and then destroyed by Monika, of course. It's funny because I keep wanting to speculate on which one is the real universe, but in reality they all are. As real as ours anyway. Interesting. Okay. Character discrepancy from Libby Mizi. Okay. Are these actual emails? Huh. Having run the control simulation for a while, it's evident that a certain character is missing from any mention or appearance. Oh yeah, it's me. Well, the player. This makes me speculate that Monika's meddling is less clumsy than we think, because she would have had to manufacture this character herself as a way of forcing interaction between her and the user. Could that be why the character has such limited and dissonant personality traits? Or am I reading too much into this? I'll open an issue to start tracking info and observation on the anomaly of this character appearing. Okay. This one's from Ive Laster. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, who's responsible for creating a Twitter account for Monika? I think it's hilarious, but for God's sake, don't tell Paula. It will get 404 in a microsecond. That's a page can't be found. Error. Are you just relaying her tweets manually, or did you code some sort of pass-through layer to automate it? Based on the contents of the tweets, are you not screwing for help? I assume they're coming from the control simulation. Okay. Staying focused on our goals. Okay, this is the longest one yet. As a reminder to help guide our data collection, any analysis performed should be focused on answering some of these main questions. How does a greeting How does granting elevated access to the VM virtual machine affect a person's emotional state? How does granting elevated access to the virtual machine affect a person's values and goals? How does someone effectively navigate and experiment with their ability to change the contents of their VM? How is elevated access being weaponized? What actions and values are most contribute to the destruction of the universe? Most importantly, how might your observations apply to our own universe? Bonus: How can we prevent this to upper? How can we Bonus: How can we present this to upper management as an operation that benefits the company? Unrelated note: Whoever changed the color scheme of the desktop to pink, can you please change it back? Some professional runs the risk of drawing eyes. Okay. And do we have? Oh, we do. We do. Oh, nice. Okay. Should have read the mail afterwards. Okay. Equals. Nice one long. It's going to be just as long as a single part, but its own. So basically 2 parts all in one. That's what I think anyway. But with that, I'll see you next time. We're going to be doing equals next, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Take care. Bye bye. Oh, God.